of the living deep.
Well, cool. All right.
I just remember.
Oh,
go back to him. I just
sorry.
remember when you brought it over one time, and you're like, "Oh man, look at these cool creative fatalities." You're all into it. It's like,
and then I tried to do it, and I'm like, "Oh, never mind. It actually sucks."
yeah.
Cool.
It's like, "Yay, we ripped out your heart again." Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing for every character.
Welcome to the Last Honest Gamers with your hosts, Nick, Taylor, Connor, and Jake. Welcome to this week's Last Honest Gamers.
Nice.
Missed you guys, and we have Connor.
How's it going?
He's back from the dead. Welcome back.
Glad to be here.
Man, the enthusiasm is killing me here, guys.
I wish I were dead.
I'm trying to seem nonchalant, don't want people to think I'm too emotionally attached to you guys. Oh my god, I'm so happy to be back. Thank you. But no, it's good to be back. Thank you.
Well, it's good to have you back, Connor.
It's good to have all of you back, guys. Missed you.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Been a long...
especially Jake. He was gone for 4
It's
days.
been a long week for you?
Yeah. I was like, I want to play some like Helldivers, man, but no.
Did you buy it?
It's just like
Did you buy it?
There's no Jake.
You bought it.
I do. I own it.
Yes.
You did.
Aw,
Guys,
man.
he came over to my house, and we played some Towerfall, the new DLC, which I definitely want to talk about.
Still got to teach Connor how to play that.
Yes.
Yeah, Jacob, you have to teach me your ways so I can
Oh,
redeem
absolutely,
myself.
yeah. I was having a shitty day that day, though. I was messing up so much. So we played a lot of that.
That's reassuring.
And then...
That was a shitty day, and I was still kicking your ass.
Yeah, so we played a bit of that, and then I just put on Helldivers for him, and Nick was like, I don't know if I want to do this. It's just
That is
fucking
not
stupid."
true.
Yeah, totally it is. You were like, you're like, what? Why are you putting this on? Why am I playing this?
He's
And
trying
then
to fight
started
the hype.
Yeah, he's
That's
trying
what
to fight
he's
the
doing.
hype. And then he played it, and then he died in the tutorial as
No, you were worried I was not going to die.
was
You can't
worried.
fight the hype.
That's what I'm saying.
You were like, oh
I
my
was
gosh,
worried.
he's going to win.
I was worried you weren't going to die in the tutorial, but you so died in the tutorial.
So I threw a grenade at
as
myself.
17.82% of all Helldivers did before you. So
Is that an official stat?
Yeah, it actually is. It's really cool. In the tutorial, the little bot that talks to you.
Is that paperclip?
No.
In Microsoft Word?
No,
That
it's
was-
more like
that was sweet.
Wall-E meets Claptrap meets less emotions. I don't know.
Party, dude.
And so, but yeah, so then it actually tells you, like 17% or however many of Helldivers in the tutorial actually die during it. So it's just fun that it's an active percentage.
I've been wanting to try that game out, but what's scaring me is how hard it is.
Oh, it's so much. It's really hard.
Yeah, it's really hard, but it's like fun hard.
It's a direct effort to fun ratio. Like if you are playing better, you will have a lot more fun. And that's sometimes in games, what gets frustrating, right? Is when you're playing really well and then just shit goes the wrong way and you're like, well, fucking fuck. And
Like Mario Kart.
like Mario
Very,
Kart.
very,
Yes.
very astute observation there.
Well-
you're just all of a sudden like, fucking fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Oh,
That's
dude,
what
I
do.
totally
Do
understand.
you not do that, Connor? What do you do when you?
Well, I've been
when you
playing
lose?
Metal Gear Solid 3 European Extreme mode, where if any of the guards ever see you, you lose. So I've been flirting with difficulty and danger myself.
So you
lately.
haven't been using expletives.
I've been using a lot.
no, he was.
I heard
I've
of you
yeah,
yesterday.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
heard from you.
I was in this like 10-minute like ocelot fight, and I was really close the whole time. At the last second, I totally screwed the pooch, and these guys saw me kind of freak out a little bit, kind of
Yeah,
like
and, like-
punch the air a couple times, like, and
Yeah.
then
And
then I had
he
to
stormed off.
then I had to turn it off for a while. But I beat that guy. So,
Good.
Hey, good.
That's good.
but anyways, so Helldivers, you suck. Anything else?
All right, so no, I bought it.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Happy. So I bought it on the PS4, downloaded it on my Vita, and been playing it on my Vita.
Uh huh.
Nice.
So I want to test if you played on your PS4 and I played on my Vita. I want to see
Cross-play?
if we could play together.
That'd be
And if
awesome.
that's awesome, then all four of us can play.
Yeah. Actually, another cool thing about Helldivers is that it's 4-player co-op, couch co-op, or online, which is just fun.
But there's also friendly fire, so that's what.
It's all friendly
with
fire.
More
Well, even when you drop in, like you drop in your little pod, if your pod, which is not randomly, but it's like you drop in close to an ally, and so if that pod just lands on an ally, then the ally is crushed, and then you jump out of the pod, and you're like, "Hey, where's my friends?" And then you have to then call.
Oh,
He destroyed my mech.
there's his murdered corpse.
that sucked. So Nick and I were doing like a really hard difficult, like a hard difficult. We were playing a high difficulty level, and we're holding out but barely. And Nick's in this mech, and he's firing away giant fighting robots. By the way,
You mean super fighting robots?
super fighting robots. Yes.
Super fighting robots. Mega Man. All right, move onwards.
So he's in this mech, and then some guy from online, just a public, join guy, drops in and destroys Nick and his mech just from out of the blue. And Nick was pretty upset.
I wish I knew who that guy was so I could shake his hand. Just like he doesn't know who you are, but just be like, just rest assured that the guy that you just killed is a huge asshole.
I don't think you're a huge asshole, Nick.
I'm just kidding. You gave me a PS Vita for my birthday. You're actually
That's true.
I should actually be chastised for saying that.
When's the last time you played that Vita, by the way?
Just right now.
Like 8 minutes ago. It's sitting within arm's reach.
Before we start the topics, Connor,
What's up?
we both got to get Last Raven portable.
Oh, dude. That
play
way
it, and then link up and fight each other.
That way it would be a fair fight, because in the past when we would play Armored Core, you would kick my ass because you played more, and then when we played recently, I kicked your ass because I was playing way more. So if we buy the same one, both play at the same amount, then we could have some epic battles.
Exactly, and it's a game that we haven't played before.
True.
So,
I hope Last Raven is cool because I don't really know.
I mean, neither.
Which Armored Core is that?
That is the last one on the PS2.
Yeah, the last one of the old era, I guess
Yeah,
you could
I was
say.
excited.
It pretty much kills off the Ravens, and then it becomes Armored Core 4.
They're like, "What's a Raven?" But no, Armored Core. We were talking about that a lot when I first came on this podcast, but this is the first time we brought it up in a while. But that's a great idea.
Yeah, we should do it. Now let's get deep into those topics.
Getting
That sounded
We're
weird.
getting, we're
but
getting
yeah,
really
sure.
deep in there, and
Let's just do it, I
spreading
guess.
and
Let's
yeah.
get shoulder deep in these topics.
Yes. The first one, Nintendo Direct finally announced their time, and it's going to be at 9 p.m. for their Nintendo Direct for E3.
Yeah.
9
Okay.
p.m. or 9 a.m. on July 17th.
which
June
is
17th.
that Tuesday.
Yes.
All right.
And-
Well, where does that fit in, like in relation with other ones? Is that just kind of like an
wait,
arbitrary thing?
Sorry, the 17th of June?
Yes, it's the one.
That's a Wednesday.
Okay.
It's
16th.
whatever that Tuesday is.
Oh,
Whatever
okay.
Tuesday is.
All right, so then
Written wrong in here.
June 16th.
Yes. So, the trailer that Jake showed us, or that posted on our Facebook for the Nintendo Direct, was hilarious with Reggie.
Oh my god, that was so fucking weird.
It was hilarious.
I was
They made a
watching-
trailer for
it
their
was
collection
so-
of trailers.
So they was
Essentially,
and
yeah.
before what's funny is that before they made that announcement, the day before they had announced that they were going to release that announcement.
They were
They
they
was
were announcing announcements.
If I worked at Nintendo, there'd be a trailer to like announce the announcement of the trailer that contains all the trailers.
I was just
that they
really
plan on
upset.
releasing.
I was really upset that Reggie Fils-Aimé wasn't joined by Exhibit in that trailer, just to really complete the cycle.
Yo, dude.
Oh my gosh, it was good. But they did announce that they're bringing back the Nintendo World Championships for the first time in 25 years.
Yeah,
We
Which
were
is
not
irrelevant.
alive back then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, I remember those.
I was.
we were alive back then
You
actually.
weren't no. Oh yeah,
So it was because it was 90, right?
hmm
So
Connor wasn't.
Connor wasn't.
I'm 91. I'm 91.
Huh.
I just turned 24.
Well, the point is, the culmination of our lives has been the wait between these two tournaments.
I know, isn't that
That's
weird?
That's pretty impressive.
Well, here's the thing too. Maybe this is The Wizard, but in the movie The Wizard, they did essentially
The
the same
Wizard.
thing. They were playing Nintendo World Championships, but then they as the final round, they announced Mario 3 as a part of this movie. So I'm wondering if it's going to be something similar, they'll be leading up to this final round where they're going to announce some game. I don't know.
They
It'd
just
be kinda
announced
cool.
that they're liquidating Nintendo and selling stuff.
This is it.
Super
Bye, guys.
Mario World or Super Mario Bros. 4.
Yeah,
That would
right?
be so weird.
I know.
What
it's,
does that even?
it's not new Super Mario Brothers 4
It's
either.
just
It's Super Mario Brothers 4.
4.
So it's not 3D. It's not. They don't have any of the new power ups.
It's the
back
prequel game to Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Just what the masses have been clamoring for.
I really would not mind. a prequel
Rated
to Paper Mario,
M.
actually,
But
it was a fantastic game.
What do you guys
Rated
think?
M.
It's like,
Hey, do you guys see the Angry Video Game Nerd episode about Nintendo World Championships cartridge?
Mm.
Do you know what they used back then? It was like a special cartridge which they played like special levels from different games, and like how fast you went was your score.
Okay.
What do you think they're gonna do for this one?
Yeah, because the original I think was Rad Racer, original Super Mario, and Tetris.
Wow. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, isn't it?
I would say that they'll probably have something on Splatoon, just to again increase sales for that game. It's probably not going to be the biggest thing, but that'll be there. Super Smash Brothers has to be there. It's a competitive thing. It is easily their most competitive game.
well, that's
gonna have to be up
just
there.
kind of a given.
Yeah.
Like, moving on.
Mario Kart, I would say.
And then maybe new Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, like do it. Yeah, like as an homage.
Maybe
to
if
the,
they
to the
do
original one.
Mario Kart, they would go with like another, like franchise or something, so they could have like Mario Kart, Super Smash, and then I didn't think of one in
Donkey
advance,
Kong.
but yeah,
Well,
I guess
and that's
so,
the problem. Is
but
things like Donkey Kong,
some kind of Zelda game or
Well, Donkey Kong, Zelda, Metroid. A lot of those they haven't had any installments lately. I mean,
know.
I guess they could.
Tropical Freeze, man.
Yeah, well, the
Came out
Tropical
like a
Freeze.
year
There's
ago.
What the
there's
shit
the
is
latest Fire Emblem. Oh, that was the latest DK game.
Hey.
For Wii U.
Wow.
Then there
Oh,
was
no
a,
wonder I didn't hear about it.
Yeah. Then there's the latest Fire Emblem, but I don't see how they could do that in a tournament. So,
Yeah, it's too deep for like I mean,
I don't know
not
what the choices
technically,
they
but-
have. Yeah.
Yeah, I just really wonder what it's going to be all about.
Well, do you think is there any possibility of them announcing something of them like really just going
Mario Party maybe?
No. Announcing the theme park that they had. I mean, is that even a possibility? Have they
At the conference?
have they made enough? Has it been
No.
in progress for enough time to?
No.
No, I don't think
They're not
so.
going to announce
Okay.
anything. They're going to be like, "Welcome to Nintendo Land 2."
The sequel everybody wanted.
Yeah.
And-
They just didn't know they wanted it.
yeah, exactly. Nobody knew they wanted it, but here it is.
But Nintendo knew you wanted it.
Well, that's the thing too. Nintendo's fall lineup is so slim. It's like Mario Maker and Yoshi and maybe Star Fox. So they've got to announce something
Well,
as a part of that.
Oh no, Zelda. Oh, it made
No,
me
Zelda.
sad
Okay.
again.
People or Huber was saying they're going to show
Who's Huber?
a Zelda.
He's a guy
from
on game trailers.
Okay.
They're going to show a Zelda trailer. It's not going to be at E3, but they're going to show off a trailer. So, do you think that's possible at all?
I mean, yeah, I think a new trailer for it would be easily possible. I can't imagine they don't have enough footage for a trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be, and I think starting the hype this early is a good idea for them as well. Because if they have the hype now, they'll still get sales this year on other games because people will be feeling the Nintendo again,
Right.
So I think it'll be smart to bring out a Zelda
I
trailer.
think Mario Maker is going to be like a million seller, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's going to be the best game in the world.
You're fucking with me.
I think it'll sell okay. I mean, because it's a Nintendo game and there's nothing else to buy really.
Honestly, with Mario Maker, I feel like everyone is way more excited about that than I am.
I'm super excited.
Well,
Yeah.
because it's
fun.
like Little Big Planet for Mario. You just make your own levels. It's like infinite levels.
Just make the most ridiculous level. Say, hey, play it, Jake.
I just, honest to God, think it's going to have less fun than like one of the Trials games. And I like the Trials games, but once you get past that like 3-day gimmick of like, oh man, this is so much fun and so difficult, and you can make levels, and yeah, look at me running through and competing with my friends in a social environment, and then you're done. I feel like Mario Maker is going to be done so quick.
Well, dude, I'm actually really excited for Mario Maker because I'm gonna be able to eat a bunch of shrooms and pretend like I'm playing Mega Man Universe. It's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder what else you could even do with Mario Maker, or is it just running and jumping, or do you think it'll be like Little Big Planet where you could give your guy more abilities? You know, things like shooting. You could actually end up making a.
We don't. I hope it has way more advanced options, but it has all the all the power ups.
Maybe you could make like a Mega Man replica. Where it's like
you use like
just
amiibos and you can use the costume or something.
I was thinking,
you like Mario has like a gun and a knife.
You press B, and I'm talking like it'll look as weird as a GTA mod, but you just press B and a turtle shell comes flying out of Mario, and that's the blaster. So just blick it, blick it, blick it, and that's how you fire.
Turns around and fires him out his ass. Why do you guys tolerate me? Moving on.
All right. So they did announce it at 9 a.m. There was another conference at 9 a.m., which was a Square Enix conference. But they moved it till 10 a.m. now because of that.
Wow.
So,
well, you see, what? I love that, too, is that everyone just considers Nintendo to be this immovable, like, unnegotiable, just... Nintendo comes out, it's like, hey, we're gonna have it then, and then Square Enix is like, but we have our okay,
Nintendo,
we'll move, I guess
we'll bend over for
you.
like
I kind of feel bad for it's like Nintendo.
I know.
Nintendo, you're being a bit of a dick here.
Here's the thing, I'm on both sides of this.
They're being big dick.
They are.
That's what they're doing.
But here's the thing: Square Enix should know better because Nintendo's had that time slot for years. It's like, what were you thinking? Why would you go in Nintendo's time slot when you knew that that's what they've had for like 10 years running or whatever?
They're trying to flex on them. Maybe.
I guess it clearly didn't work.
Didn't work. Yeah,
not even a little bit, because as soon as Nintendo's like, yeah, well, we're still gonna be here, and they're just like, oh fuck, fine.
the next day.
Is that really how it is? Like Nintendo just the bully on the block?
Pretty much.
Yeah, they just said, hey, we're gonna air our Nintendo Direct at this time. Oh, you thought you were going to? Oh,
deuces.
Yeah.
Well, here I have a little bit of inside baseball, as they call it. I have a friend that worked at Square Enix, and what they were saying was, so they have there's this thing called the ESA, the Entertainment Software Association. I don't know, and they run E3, and so whenever somebody does a conference, they sort of have to coordinate with this ESA company. And because Nintendo isn't doing like a traditional like live conference, it's like a YouTube live stream essentially. Like they don't have to report to them. So Square was like, hey, we are going to take this time. Is Nintendo cool with that? And then apparently Nintendo's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So like
they invited it. They're just like, yeah, bring it. Let's see how fucking well you do. No, please. We're not going to use the time slot. No, go ahead.
Oh,
go
they
right
didn't say
the
that.
fuck
They
ahead.
just said that they were okay with
I
it.
know, but I just like, that's funny. It's like an invite at that point.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just go ahead and
So
try.
messed up.
Some
Try to
argument.
take our fans.
Some argument where they're like, well, we'd love for you to use our time slot. Well, we would love to use it. Well, then great. Then take it.
Yeah, right.
Perfect. I'm happy. Are you happy? Oh, I'm ecstatic. Yeah.
That's exactly how it happened.
They both just storm off. Perfect. Awesome. Cool.
Bro.
Personally, I'm happy they moved.
Yeah, so we don't have to like have
Yeah.
two screens trying to figure out what to watch.
Because during our YouTube or E3 stream, I didn't know which one we were going to choose.
I was thinking we would split up into pairs of two.
I don't know how to do that. But
Quad screen.
which ones?
You don't know how to separate yourself from Taylor?
Yes.
All right. Then,
Which one?
Then you can be
He's-
with Taylor
he's tried, but it
watching
was-
the Square Enix
Guys.
one.
He tried it once, but it wasn't pretty.
I get that crowbar.
Which stream would you have picked, and why?
Oh, Nintendo's.
I would pick
Why?
Square. Over I'll let Jake go, sorry.
No, it's fine. I just, frankly, I'm just a bigger Nintendo fan than Square Enix. That's all.
That's it.
I don't know what else to say. They'd both be exciting to watch.
Well, it's like what company's games do you play more? It's kind of that.
Yeah, that's
simple.
pretty much what it comes down to. I'm like, I want to be excited about Nintendo, but literally it's like we have Yoshi, we have Mario Maker, Star Fox, and then I have no idea what else. Like,
Well,
I can't think of what they would possibly imagine that would get me excited, There's no, like, franchise that they're like, the ace in the hole, like, okay, guys, here it is, finally, that I'd be, like,
Well, here's what I'm
excited
thinking.
about.
That's what they need, man.
Metroid and Pokemon are still two pretty big titles that don't have a thing coming up.
Pokemon
yeah.
is never on consoles though.
But still, there might be a new
Well,
game,
I mean,
Pokemon
is
Z
that
or
kinda
whatever.
crazy?
If I can just
Why
say,
wouldn't they-
I know.
Pokemon has never really been on consoles.
Right.
I'm just saying, at any Nintendo Direct, that's kind of what I like about it. At any Direct, they could just drop that huge game-changing news. Yeah.
World of Pokemon,
So, like,
the new MMORPG.
Exactly.
Everybody would go out and immediately buy a Wii U. That would
Yeah.
be like the game
Coming
changer.
2018.
For a second, I thought you said, everybody would go out and buy weed.
That's
I was
it.
like, yeah, dude. I would.
Excuse me, guys. I need to go out and smoke a bowl.
Yeah, I'm going to go get baked and play Pokemon, World of Pokemon.
It would
I
make
was
the
like,
experience
yeah, dude,
that much
you're right.
better. But yeah, I don't know.
We are going to make My Little Pony action figures into Pokemon. Like, no!
Amiibo with Pokemon.
No.
That'd be
My
dangerous.
Little Amiibo. That'd be good. All the bronies out there could then have Amiibo and My Little Pony in one convenient collectible.
I think I'm getting a migraine.
Yeah, me too. Oh, so Connor,
Stop.
what would you have picked as a stream to watch? Square Enix or
Dude,
Nintendo?
Square Enix all day, dude. I mean, you guys know where my loyalties lie. I mean, I do have the Final Fantasy logo tattooed on my forehead. Just go along with it.
Yeah, there it is. I can see it.
Yeah,
Brand
there it
new.
is.
They can't see us.
It's really pretty.
I know. It's still healing, but
Yeah, I'm kind of like what you were saying. Like, what games are you more interested in? Like, Square's lineup is really kind of intriguing. Like, we haven't seen Tomb Raider gameplay, so I want to see Tomb Raider gameplay. That might be at Microsoft the day before because it's published by them, like co-published.
Taylor,
yeah,
real quick,
yeah.
I might be replaying Tomb Raider 2 these next couple
Wow,
days.
like the OG Tomb Raider 2.
Found it on my PSN account.
Damn.
Nice.
It's gonna be great. Continue.
Wow. So Tomb Raider, Just Cause, they haven't really shown significant gameplay. Like, they showed that
Didn't
gameplay
they say
trailer.
they were going to show gameplay at E3?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure they will. I don't care about Deus Ex, but I'm sure that'll be there. And then, of course, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and then whatever else they decide to pull out of their ass as a surprise.
Chrono Trigger 3.
That'd be
Oh
amazing.
my God.
Square Enix cooking smells good in the morning.
Yeah, there's a rumor that they're going to announce a brand new game at E3, like a brand new RPG. So, could
That'd
be
be
cool.
cool. But yeah,
Dragon
Fantasy-
Quest 11. I think it's going to be
Final
Dragon
Fantasy
Quest.
13-4.
No.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I think
Thanks for coming, everybody. That'll be all for us here at E3. that's
that'd be the
it.
worst.
we've stopped caring 4 years ago. I don't know what you expected.
Please exit in single file. Thank you.
We are now bringing the most anticipated game for the PS4. Final Fantasy VII is finally on it.
Well, that could be the super biggest like turnaround troll of all time. It's like, here is the PS4 port, or of the the PC port for PS4, but also we have the real remake.
Yeah, right?
That'd be the biggest fucking
They
bomb
just
drop.
they just actually announced that the real protagonist of FF15 is going to be Zarbon from Dragon Ball Z. Ramu, I summon your powers. Boom.
That would be a left turn, that's for sure. Thought it was Noctis, but we've all been deceived.
It's going to be Noctis still, but he's going to have Zarbon's voice. Because no one
I'm
likes
Noctis.
Noctis' voice.
Ignis, let's go find Titan. I can't do it as good as
Yeah,
Connor.
just leave it to professionals. Might get
All
hurt.
right, so to the next one. The Division was pushed back to 2006.
Aw.
Teen.
Wasn't it announced in like 2001 or something?
Yes.
I think I was like in like 8th grade. No, 7th?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I remember that trailer. Oh man, it was so sick.
That was before YouTube. Holy crap.
Still like 6 years away from buying a pack of cigarettes.
No,
Yeah.
but the
Good
Division.
times.
Aw.
What do you think about it?
That's sad.
Really?
I mean, I'm glad that they're taking the extra time as always, but I just feel like I sound like a broken record at this point. A game sounds awesome, a game gets delayed, and that's just how it's always going to go now.
I'm just
And then
happy.
it's
Yeah.
still going to launch day one with bugs, and people are going to forgive it because it's only day one instead of day fucking like negative 60 like it should have been.
But I'm happy because they might not Ubisoft it up.
Well, maybe, but
That's
I
why
don't
they're
know.
that's why they're delaying it to polish it.
All I know is that I feel sad because we rewatched that trailer just to kind of refresh ourselves, and it's a freaking sweet gameplay trailer. I mean, it looks really fun. It looks smooth. It looks like it handles well. Obviously, all these are prefaced with "looks like," but
Yeah.
I mean, the promise is all there.
And it was gameplay. It wasn't like a cinematic trailer, which is at least cool. So
Exactly.
they
So
have
was the,
something
So was
built.
the first Watch Dogs trailer.
Yeah, and Watch Dogs was a decent game.
No, it looked way better back then.
Did the
What
did,
did-
the
what
hype
was different?
transcend the game itself?
Well,
I
now
think there was
that-
more detail. Like, it looked a little bit more atmospheric.
I thought there was
or
only
whatever.
just a little bit of a graphical drop, and that was just because of
people were so mad because there's like
That
this looks nothing like what
that was
they showed at
insane
first.
how pissed people got at that. By
And
the way.
I'm like, this is gonna happen to the Division. I could tell already. It's gonna look great, but people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is terrible."
well, I'm guessing the snow physics and all that are and maybe the bullet holes aren't
Dude,
going
that
to be
was
quite
when they
as-
first showed the bullet holes.
The
And he's
bullet holes was
holding,
crazy.
holding like the door or something, and the door looked like.
What was this for?
If
Division?
for the Division, yeah, there were. What was so insane is that every bullet made this perfect bullet hole in whatever it hit. Like it was so well done and so accurate. You know, like the window was shot 5 times, and like the window had 5 little holes in it. It was all cracked up. I mean, if you actually watch that thing in HD and like really pay attention to the details, the trailer for The Division is mind-blowingly unbelievable.
I think the bottom line is if you give a shit about bullet holes on screen, then that's something special in itself.
It's cool. It is cool. It's like obviously
It's the little
gameplay.
details, yeah.
Obviously, gameplay is very important. You know, just like old movies can still be good because the plot is good. But like, you know, that doesn't make special effects in new movies any less impressive. I mean, it's still it's awesome. I mean, Gollum was a fucking awesome character, and they did him. They put him in the movies really well.
But Watch Dogs had awesome bullet holes as well.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, if you look the first one when they're having the gunfight inside, like around the cars, the bullet physics and details. Were crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I only remember like traffic getting a little less dense and like
Yeah.
like rain physics. Like there weren't as many like raindrops on the screen.
Watch the first time they've shown it. It looks like crazy.
Yeah, I'll
different.
check it out. But that would be that's too bad then. But I mean, even if the bullet holes, I mean, as Connor was saying, even if the bullet holes aren't like, you know,
Like if you're noticing them,
fan-fucking-tastic.
then they're doing a good job.
Yeah, but like if it's really if they drop those, but they keep the gameplay that was in the trailer, I mean, I'm still gonna be happy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be that upset.
You're gonna be Mr. Tablet Guy.
Oh, I would love to be Mr. Tablet Guy coming in with a little drone, just go like, "Hey guys, what's up?" and you know, shooting.
Jake, get out of here!
No, I can help. Come on, just give me like 10% of the stuff you find.
He's like in a conference call with the other team, telling them what they're doing. And shit.
Okay, guys.
God damn it, Jake! Get off our team.
Get out of here! Get out of here, Jake! God damn it!
Shoot you down.
Was that a little Family Guy right there? Get out of here! Get out of here!
Yeah.
It's a little
Quagmire. There.
yeah, a little bit of overtones of that. That was masterfully done.
But I am looking forward to it. Seeing it at E3.
What else?
Yeah.
What else we got?
We got Castlevania.
Castlevania.
creator.
You guys hear about that game, Castlevania?
Wait, Castlevania creator?
Hey, Cletus, we gotta get that one.
You gotta play that on a Nintendo.
Get the new Tinder. All right, I'm
Castlevania
sorry, I'm a piece of
creator,
shit.
Koji Igarashi.
Oh,
Think it's on
okay.
that?
I thought you were talking about a game, Castlevania creator.
No.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Mario Maker isn't even out yet. There's no dust on it. Like, come on, guys.
They're not even fucking trying. God damn it.
Mario Maker, Castlevania creator. That's horrible.
Oh man.
Mega Man Universe.
Oh man.
I'm
I'm very aroused.
Metroid Maker.
All these level
Mega
making-
Maker.
All right.
We're done.
Real specky in here.
So, Castlevania creator Koji Igarashi has created a Kickstarter to create a spiritual successor to Castlevania called Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
Bloodborne?
Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
I'm sorry, Bloodborne? What?
Yeah, Bloodborne.
I'm sorry.
Symphony of the Night?
Yeah, it's Symphony of
Dude,
the
I'm
Night.
terrorizing you today, Nick. I'm
You
sorry.
are.
Just continue. Allow me to just
Taylor and I have
Yeah.
played Cynthia Castlevania. Have you
Sym-
guys
Symphony
played
of the Night?
Castlevania? I can't talk right now.
I haven't played it, no, so I'm not
Oh,
going to
you
be too
haven't?
much.
You've never played it.
Oh, wow.
I won't be much of a
Do
help
you
in the
understand the
conversation.
concept of a Metroidvania? You know
I-
what that means?
So I get.
I do.
So I know that the Metroid part of it is exploration, and it's kind of an open world, even though it's a 2D platformer kind of game. The Vania part, I assume, is whips.
No, so
okay,
it's like taking...
it's like
just
Metroid.
super tight platforming,
Yeah.
basically.
So it's Metroid with RPG elements. So you level up, you find items, find
Which
armor.
and that so the Vania is the RPG element,
Yes.
Yeah.
and the Metroid is the exploration element.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
and then you just find secret bosses, secret areas, and stuff
Wow,
like that.
that makes me very aroused.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, these style of games are amazing. If they just made a Mega Man version of a Metroidvania
Ooh,
style,
man.
It sounds kind of
Right?
Shovel Knighty, how you you get to level up and you got all kinds of customizable things, which were elements that were missing when these games were classic, back in the day. Not, I mean, they're classic now, but
Yeah.
when they were in vogue back in the day. So like adding these new elements that have been perfected like over time to those classic games, it's just like, that's
Well-
what makes Shovel Knight so great. And like Rogue
Legacy?
Rogue Legacy, yeah,
Yeah, that's
blanked
that,
out.
I would consider that in a way Metroidvania, but I think indies and like other studios have kind of picked up where you left off, like Guacamelee. I don't know if any of you guys played that.
I did play
Dude,
that.
it's
That
on-
was,
it's
that
on
was
my-
a lot of
That's
fun.
a tried and true Metroidvania right there.
Okay, yeah,
Like-
because that was fun. I liked that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, there's areas you can't get to until you get a power up, and then you can go back to those old areas and stuff. So
We need a Mega Man
It
game
just
like that.
fits Mega Man.
I know.
it does.
Nick, I'm gonna come over there and we're just gonna have to fight just to get out all this negative energy I have.
No.
after
You know,
this.
I'm just excited because, like, you know, that's the same kind of thing that I was saying, 6 years ago. I'm playing Oblivion, and I'm like, it needs multiplayer. It would fit so perfectly.
But
and now
it's-
ESO's out. So I'm thinking 6 years from now, guys, you're gonna be looking back on this and go, like, guys, remember when we were talking about like how Mega Man and Metroidvania style would be fantastic? It's like, oh man, and now we're on like the sequel already.
when
God.
that game ends up coming out, I'm gonna pelvic thrust so hard I'm literally gonna fly and break through my ceiling. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna pelvic thrust myself into the stratosphere.
But so back to that
Like
game.
Mega Man when he beams himself up.
Sound like an Old Spice commercial.
Dude, that's too soon, dude. We're talking about how sad I am about lack of Mega Man. So just
I'm really settled.
please be please just be sensitive, okay? Just don't be that guy.
But Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
are you very interested in this game?
I'll wait for gameplay. I didn't kickstart it because I feel like I kind of got burned with Mighty Number 9 a little bit. Because this only has concept art, and the concept art for Mighty Number 9 didn't look anything like what it does now in game. So I'm like, I'll buy it when it comes out.
You know what
kinda
that
thing.
is, Taylor? Small dick, dude.
That's exactly what it is.
It is small dick.
Super small.
I
Welcome
know.
back, Connor.
Mighty Number 9, they had a bunch of small dicks for being dicks.
Hate that.
I mean, I kind of want to kickstart for the $60. Apparently, the retail disc version is exclusive to Kickstarter. Like, they won't be publishing one.
Really?
Like, apparently, I don't know. That's what I got. The sense I got, but
Whenever I kickstart things, I always need the soundtrack.
yeah.
That's always like $60. I don't know if I'm going to support this. I might support it like at the end.
Man, I salute you for willing to fork over money like that to these games. I don't know. I approach gaming differently, I guess.
I forked over like $250 to Heavy Gear,
Damn.
and I waited 2 years for that to be an alpha.
Damn.
Wow.
So,
Is that the one you were
I
showing
think
me?
I just got AIDS from hearing you say that.
Is that the one where you're
I
showing
think
me
I might be
where
getting it too.
the
Yeah, you look kind of
the match you showed me was just against this one dude who wasn't there? And it was a
maybe?
third person like little mech game, and you were running around. It's kind of like mechs and Unreal Tournament.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Yep.
I just woke up when I heard that. Mechs and Unreal Tournament.
Yes.
That's pretty much what Armored Core is.
Only $250, man.
no, no.
Oh yeah, dude. Let me just.
It'll be.
No.
I'll show him when it's like completed,
and then he'll buy it.
and then he'll play it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it'll cost like not that much money.
It won't cost that much.
Oh,
It costs, like,
$65.24.
$30.
$65.24.
Well, that's what's great about like stuff like Steam. You know, you can always get games really cheap. Or like this week, I'm going to be talking about it. And when I've been playing with like PSN had this massive flash sale where like tons of cool games were like $5. Where normally
Yeah,
they're like 30
is that
or
still
40.
going on, or did I miss
I
it?
think it ends tomorrow, so you might want to check
Yeah, you're good.
tonight.
I know it at least goes on because I saw that at the beginning of the weekend, and I went camping for the whole weekend.
Check
so
it
I was,
right now.
I was watching the time. I was like, okay, when does it end? Oh, thank God, I'll have some time to buy things after I'm back.
Yeah,
So-
there might be another couple of games that I wanted to buy, but there was one I definitely wanted to buy, and I've been playing it. But
Which
we'll
was
get to that? Freedom Wars,
Oh, okay,
which was Sony's kind of take on like Monster Hunter, if you will.
cool.
But yeah, it's a really cool game so far, at least. But we'll get to that.
Going into the next topic, Konami goes straight out to support only mobile devices as their main device or main platform.
Konami's mobile.
Tekken
Wow,
on my
fuck,
Konami.
man, you're infecting me. Konami's mobile.
Yes.
All right.
I am sad. I cry. I hate this so much.
Tekken on iOS.
That's Namco.
That's Namco.
Real quick, so let's
Wow.
go through some
I
Konami
should probably
titles
leave.
just
Alright,
to
so
refresh
I-
our
yeah.
memories.
All right, so
I don't know.
we grew up with a lot of these games. Castlevania,
Whatever.
Silent Hill,
Okay.
DDR,
Oh.
Metal Gear Solid. Those are big
Contra.
ones. Contra.
Okay.
What else? That's all the main ones.
I mean,
that
Contra
grew up
on mobile, I just already see happening. That makes sense. It
Yeah,
does.
They lost the license for some of this stuff, but like the old like
There-
arcade
there's
beat 'em ups,
already I've already played Contra on mobile.
it's probably garbage, but yeah,
I think I've played it. Anyway, so then what were we saying, Taylor?
They have those old like arcade beat 'em ups like The Simpsons and Turtles in Time. Those were all Konami.
So good.
Okay.
X-Men, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if
Oh,
it was
Not. I mean, but I just mean games
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
The old TMNT beat 'em ups.
Yeah, those
We're
were
all-
Konami. Yeah.
Oh man, those were awesome.
Konami made
the
a lot of
surfing level,
classic-
man.
Classic arcade.
But to be
style
honest, I
games.
could see their classic ones transferring to iOS transferring to phone pretty easily. Honestly, I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
That's blasphemy.
It
Do not
takes
say
two
that.
buttons. It takes two buttons because you
Don't.
have one thumb for left and right and up and down, I guess, and then A and B over there. So it's like you don't need many buttons. You just go.
There are no buttons on that screen.
What I'm saying is that it would. So have you played games on mobile? How that works?
Yes, it's horrible. I need tactile buttons.
You'll get used to it. You'll get used to
Never
it.
gonna
Nick.
happen.
Tactile buttons. Now I know the term for that. Thank you.
Go. I taught,
The more you know. Da, da, da.
I taught Connor a word.
I know that's
kind of
kind of
amazing.
mind blowing.
Well, I mean, yeah, whatever.
Connor is kind of the walking dictionary, and we mean that in the best way possible.
Thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, I am pretty sad because that means they're not going to make any new DDRs. I love DDR.
Well, what about Tap Tap Revolution? That's actually
I have that, and it's not DDR. I want DDR. Damn it.
Tap Tap Revolution, man.
Crap Revolution.
They've got
Yeah.
the phone dancing game on lock. Konami shouldn't try to bring DDR to iPhone or anything.
DDR's already on iPhone. I had it.
Oh, is it?
A long time ago.
Oh,
And it was,
Get with the times, Jake.
Apparently.
Everyone is playing mobile DDR. Dude.
Sorry.
Come on.
Jeez.
Everybody's laughing at you on the inside, even though they have straight faces on the outside.
I know. Dumbass. And Silent Hills is gone. And I'm never. If I see that on mobile,
oh
I
my
wouldn't even
god!
be able to run on mobile.
I would laugh. I would laugh so much if it was on mobile. I would rub it in your negative face. I would
Mr.
do it,
Grumpy
Nick.
Pants.
Phones should not be gaming devices. I'm sorry. They shouldn't.
I really
Why
think that there's.
shouldn't they be?
They need to have buttons.
Well, let's talk about why. Like, give some actual reasons.
No, that's the really main reason. They need buttons. This touchscreen shit.
I can't wait
needs
for you to
go
get
away.
old and have your own lawn, just so you can tell people to get off of it.
Get off!
Like, I
My
can't-
lawn needs tactile buttons.
Damn it!
I-
Don't touch my lawn. You have to push the
When-
buttons on my
You
lawn.
kids and your flat, smooth surfaces. You make me sick.
There's gonna be hoverboards. I'm like, when I was my day, you need wheels to
to get around.
you need wheels to get around.
In my day, you didn't need the internet to get away.
Yeah. No, I can see both sides. Here's the thing. Here's what's dangerous about going all mobile. As much as people think it's like this simple cash cow, it's actually really risky because there's so many people trying to make money on it. It's like hyper competitive. So you have to be like do really, really good stuff. Like look at the top of the charts. Like you don't see Square Enix or Capcom or any of those Japanese companies on there.
You see Flappy Bird.
Yeah, you see. No, I'm talking about like top grossing. Like it's stupid like Boom Beach and Candy Crush and all that.
They have commercials on TV. I'm gonna buy that.
I know. I think it's crazy. You
I
know,
think that's
a crazy
pretty much
stat.
that's pretty much
Apparently,
how it works.
Supercell spent more money on their Super Bowl commercial than CD Projekt Red spent creating The Witcher 3, which I think
Holy
says
crap.
more that it doesn't cost as much to make games in Poland. But yeah.
Still, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would just have them make everything because it's like The Witcher 3 is fucking crazy.
Wow.
For that, how cheap that is, they're going to make that money back like 20-fold, I'm sure.
Man, I wonder how much they gave Kate Upton.
I know. That's
Well,
probably
Jesus
similar
Christ.
amount.
I'm looking at that actually right now, and
The Game of
top
War.
What,
grossing.
Kate Upton or
top top grossing is Clash of Clans still, and then Game of War Fire Age, which is Kate Upton's fantastic game, which amazingly, that actually
Well
has
done.
4 out of 5 stars.
I think if you give
Wow.
it 5 stars, they'll give you like free in-game stuff. So
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why.
That's.
I think if you put
Mobile
an
stuff.
infinite amount
That's
of monkeys
horrible.
in front of an infinite amount of iPhones, eventually one of them will come up with a 4-star rating for a game.
But then Candy Crush, Boom Beach, and the rest of the rabble.
the rest of the schlock.
But man,
I think it's important to diversify. Like have a mobile division, have a AAA division, have like an online free-to-play division. Because if you have a term that my grandpa likes to use, all your eggs in one basket, Then
That's a good one. I've
I
never
know.
heard it.
I know that he's like,
Whoa, man! Tell your grandpa he's something.
Man, Connor's
Connor,
spicy.
you're an asshole.
What? I was just kidding around.
Mr. Miyagi, man. Respect.
Hey, I thought only other people were allowed to say that your grandpa looked like Mr. Miyagi.
He is Miyagi.
Wax,
But,
wax on, dude.
Wax on, wax off. Yeah, well, because it was interesting. Like Square showed they had their financial report recently, and it was like pretty evenly split across like MMO, mobile, and their AAA stuff. So I think that's what's important. I really think Konami's making a big mistake just going all mobile because I think it's way riskier than they realize. Like the upfront investment maybe isn't as much as like a AAA game, but it takes way more effort to get up to where you want to make the kind of money that you think.
There's just a bigger chance of wasting your efforts,
totally.
basically.
There's going to be a Castlevania runner.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Silent Hill.
I'll look at-
match 'em up.
Well, now
I'll take a
hold
look
on.
at that.
Just because they're going mobile doesn't mean they've like lost all integrity for their IPs. I mean, they
That's
don't.
exactly
They're not.
what it means. No.
They're not just gonna sell out every thing they have. But I'm wondering how well are they doing financially? Does anyone know how the company's doing? Because if they're kind of on their way down, mobile might be their dinghy, like their last little chance at
the
salvation.
reason they're going down is because of all their stupid decisions.
But so they are hurting then.
So here's the thing: they're a company that is. You want to talk about well diversified? Gaming is just like a fun thing they tried. In Japan, their main business is actually health spas. And I'm not even being sarcastic. They have a bunch of like health clubs and stuff, and like sports waters and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So like, I feel like this is one of those things that they just didn't want to waste the money because games are risky. You have to invest millions and millions of dollars, and maybe it doesn't pay off. So I think this was just like AAA games aren't a sure bet. So mobile game, it just doesn't cost as much. So
well, at that
try
point,
that.
it does kind of sound like they're going to sell out all their other IPs just to get as many microtransactions as possible,
Probably.
bring in some more money. But I mean, who knows? I guess the only real indicator is just going to be what games they come out with. I know Nintendo is being pretty cool about it, where they're talking about mobile games, and I think they said by the end of next fiscal year, I think they said that there's going to be five mobile games that they've released, and I think each one of them is going to be like nice, really well done, Nintendo feely.
See, that's fine. Like Taylor said it, I think right is you need to have mobile division, regular division, and AAA, not just everything's mobile. Or let's put mobile on console, which some people have done.
Well, if
that never goes well. Like when you take a mobile game and you try to upport it to like Steam or something, those games are always shit. Like they did that with that Deus Ex game, and it was horrible. So that's just not a good idea.
Because Nintendo's done mobile, PlayStation's done mobile, and Microsoft, I guess, has done mobile. Oh yeah, with Windows phones. So I just don't get mobile. I got when the iPhone first came out. There was no app store. I had it. It was like boring. And then the app store came out, and I started downloading all these games. Like, oh, this classic game. Oh, Tap Revolution, all this stuff. It's like, oh, these are cool. And then they're like, oh, these are just like 2-second games. I'm done.
See, here's what's funny. The companies, they only see the top end of it. Like, wow, Clash of Clans is making like $30 million a month or whatever it is. And it's like, yeah, that's like the extreme outlier, though. You have to really put in a lot of money to make that happen. Like, even if you're like number 70 on the app chart, like that's nothing. I mean, you're better off making a AAA game. So, yeah, I think their eyes are bigger than their stomach, if you ask me.
Like, I've played a bunch of those, games, like the games like Jake plays on his phones, on my iPads. I used to play those all the time, and they're really cool. But then they take you build something and it's like, oh, this is going to take about 3 hours unless you.
Well, those are the freemium ones. Yeah,
it's like oh, even the ones that you pay money for, some do that.
Yeah,
there are some, and that's
just.
I think if you're gonna try your hand at just being a mobile gamer, it just doesn't. You have to know what to look for, I think, and you have to kind of just understand that there's a lot of shit. And you just, check the App Store, maybe once a week, get the free one, at least see what it's like, try it out. You kind of might start to learn some of the bigger games, some of the games you like. You know, kind of like with being a console gamer or computer, you get to know the developers a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
and you kind of know what to look for. It's like, does it have in-app purchases? If so, what are they? Is it a pouch of gems, a bag of gems, and then a cauldron of gems for $9.99? Then skip it. Like
Yeah.
that's going to be a piece of crap. But so it's something like that. Like just you look for the right things, and then especially since they have video previews now, that's been
I didn't know
a
that.
real
That's
help.
cool.
Yeah, at least on iOS, there a lot of games. The first screenshot is actually a video, so you can watch that and then and see some of the gameplay. So
All right. Let me move us to the next topic
Sure.
really quick, because this actually goes into the next topic. Are mobile games the future of gaming? Do you think that, Jake?
I think they're a future of gaming. I mean, I think it's gonna. I don't know 100 years from now, but I think the foreseeable future, I think it's just going to be part of it, just like it is today. There's going to be some mobile, there's going to be some console, some computer. It'll just be a balance like that for a while.
Gosh, like mobile games. I don't want them to take away my classic games. It's so annoying to hear. It's like, oh, mobile games are the future. Oh, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I want to believe that, but the part of me that doesn't like that is just the part that's just like a cantankerous old man, like, oh, back in my day, controllers had cords, you ingrates, and just stuff like that. So it's like, am I being like that and just kind of like impeding like what could be like good progress for gaming? But I mean, I could definitely see how the convenience of mobile gaming would just make people play games more, and therefore breathe life into companies that decide to make games on mobile.
I think what would make gaming on mobiles better is if we had a new power source, because batteries suck ass right now.
That's a big one. Yeah, and I think also more standardized controls, because I think having like doing twin stick things like analog sticks with like analog sticks for anything on mobile devices. If your phone gets too hot, for instance, it kind of ends up hurting your thumb a little, or just the friction of it. If you, because I'm kind of a gamer, I press down on the analog sticks, so like it's it just is, it's uncomfortable to use the little touch analog sticks. So having, I think, more standardized controllers as an option that you can buy to kind of be able to plug in real quick so you can play a game. I think those are really cool, but just making them more standardized, I think, would be good too.
Mm-hmm. A more fan service would be good too. I could stand for a little bit more of that.
I'm pretty sure that's already on.
Use some more cleavage, just across the board.
You're pretty
and
stoked about that term, huh?
across genres. Hey, just airing it out. It's new in my arsenal.
Your repertoire.
What do you think, Taylor Shelf?
So here's the thing. I have a unique perspective because I work in a mobile developer, and I feel like I feel like my soul dies a little every day. Like a few weeks ago, we had our like head of studios go around to the different studios and talk about the plans for the future and stuff like that. And some of the stuff they were talking about was just so gross. Like, how can we make more people spend more money? Stuff like that. Like, I get it's a business sense, but it's not even about like how can we make the game better so people will buy it. It's like, how can we integrate?
Like, how can we pull like the wool over these? Like,
it was just like, come on. And it was. I had a talk today with some other friends about this, pretty much this very subject. I feel like there will always be an audience of guys like us that will want to play those core AAA games, because it's like, let's just say like tomorrow, like everybody's like, fuck it, we're going mobile. There will be that one company that's like, screw it, we're gonna like take the audience that wants those games, and we'll find a way to give them what they want. Because I think there's, if we're being honest, there's probably like a core of about 20 million people that will always want to play these kind of games, because like
these kind of games,
like
meaning
our
the good
games,
ones,
like the AAA, like on console, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. Because like Grand Theft Auto, I think, is the ceiling for what a game's gonna ever sell. Like Grand Theft Auto 5 sold like 30 something million. I don't think a game's ever gonna sell more than that. So that's like,
well, at least, yeah, okay, yeah.
So I think that's the core audience of the world for video games, and maybe it'll expand. I don't think it's gonna expand too far out of that. So
you also got to look at the console sales. I mean, this generation is the fastest selling console generation ever.
Yeah, so people clearly want this stuff.
That's crazy to me. I can't believe that like the PS4 is like more hyped than like the PS2 or 3. But maybe, I guess, just the culture of gaming has expanded enough to allow for more like, growth in that area.
It's funny because the culture of like the PS3 was always like, oh, first person shooters, realism. Blah, blah,
There were
blah.
so many first person shooters.
And
There
people
were.
got
Insane.
people got sick of that, and then PlayStation was all like, "Hey, we're supporting everyone, like indies, all these new ideas, and
RPGs,
everything.
yeah.
RPGs, and all this. Like, we have a bunch of type of games." And then the PS4 just went, "Boo!" Like, it's just sold like crazy.
Yeah,
I think the new FPS is open world games. Like everything's an open
absolutely.
world game now.
Skyrim kind of broke it open.
Oh, totally. Because like I think people want freedom. That's why everybody loves Minecraft so much. You can go anywhere, do anything.
How many people do you know who never played an RPG worth shit, but you saw them posted on Facebook like, "Oh, just got level 38 in Skyrim. This game is sick." Like,
Oh, totally.
it totally indoctrinated this whole generation of people who hadn't played RPGs into like, holy crap, I can like pretend I'm this cat person and explore this giant
Exactly.
world at my
Make
leisure.
your own story, right?
And so they just took that whole exploration boner that everyone had and just like you could put it into so many different contexts and make so many different kinds of games with that open world just feel.
I do miss
People love it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do miss my linear stories though.
That's why. See,
That's
I
just
think,
because you're that cantankerous old man I was talking about.
No, but it's just like
You are!
I enjoy.
You are!
I enjoy the open world stuff. Come on.
You tell me
I
now.
just- I
what's a story
I
without an arc?
He's all, the PS4 controller should have cords and that's final.
Yes, I've said that.
Wait, you actually have?
No.
Okay, god damn
getting
it.
rid of cords is one of the best thing that ever
Yeah,
happened.
cords were awful. I just remember kicking all this like consoles down all the time.
What's great is that retroactive like enjoyment you can get where like when I play games on my PS2 now, like the controller has a cord and I'm like, this is sweet. Do you remember when
Yeah.
this was a thing? Like
Yeah.
I like when I can't find my controller, I just look at my PS2, follow the black cord and just go, oh, there it is.
There it is.
No fuss, no muss.
I just remember trying to sell. It's like I need a PS2 controller, and then he has like a kid, and I take it out, and it's like it has a cord. And it's like controllers have cords. Yes,
I would just grab that guy by the scruff of his neck and just throw him out of my store. Get out of here.
By the way, I'm with you, Nick. I can't wait for Uncharted.
yeah.
I feel like Naughty Dog knows how to do it. There are a few.
What did anyone say anything about Uncharted?
No,
We're talking about linear
Connor,
stories.
linear
Uncharted is a
stories.
linear game.
Me and
I
Jake
feel
just
like
looked at each other.
Connor and I just had a coma, and we just woke up, and it's just like we're in another podcast.
Connor, Nick knew what I was talking about.
I knew exactly what
I'm
it
just
was.
like, oh yeah,
Shit,
dude,
man.
totally. I mean, riffing off of that. I mean, I love the band Metallica. They're like so cool. Enter Sandman, timeless. I mean, I would be showing that song to my kid. You guys are on board, right?
Yeah, but
You're right. I really like tacos as well, man.
Oh, dude.
see,
I love
actually,
tacos.
Nick, I'm going to be honest. I actually wasn't as big of a fan of the end of the movie 50 First Dates. Like, I thought it was a little weird.
Okay.
I thought Adam Sandler was really trying to overextend himself. You know?
And little Nicky,
into-
no way.
Okay. Super Devil Juice. Enough of that, Taylor.
Are you guys
You
done?
were actually
Are you
you were making a salient point, if I recall.
I was trying.
Fuck these guys, right, Jake?
No, but
Winner stories.
no, like exactly what we were talking about here. Like, where there's an audience, somebody will fill that need. And, as much as open world is like the new cool thing, there's always going to be a Naughty Dog. There's always going to be Halo is a pretty linear game. So people are like super hyped for that.
I mean, a lot of linear games allow you to have better stories, though, that are much more
Yeah,
specific.
focused,
like,
right?
Exactly, focused stories.
As opposed to like open world, they try to give you mechanics so you can make your own story or like make your own fun. And a lot of times I'm bad at that, to be honest. So like I'm bad at making my own fun. I'm like, give me an Uncharted or give me a whatever, these linear games where I
Just tell me to go do something.
Yeah, exactly. Please.
It's like, what's the quest? It's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm sick of running around this place.
What do I need to kill 10 of?
Exactly. Give me a quest so I can go do it, and so I can get the thing and buy the new sword. But I think like we were talking about before, mobile games are. There's people that actually like playing them to a certain extent. Obviously, like, my company we survive off that. So like, you got to diversify though, because there are certain games that are not bad. Like I don't know if any of you played Monument Valley. Which is a really cool.
I actually
mobile
just
game.
started recently. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so
it's because it went on sale recently, which is just
okay,
awesome.
perfect.
It was like I think $1. Yeah.
Yeah, and if like a couple million people pay $1, that adds up over time. And I think it all feeds into each other. You know, like these mobile games don't cost a lot to make, but all the extra money that you make from that can go into the big potential, you know, AAA game. Like I'm just saying, for example, like let's say you make a match 3 puzzle game for Final Fantasy, whatever, and it blows up, and then take that extra money, feed it into Final Fantasy 16 or something.
Sure.
You know, make
but
it
if
even better.
you could refeed that money back into another match 3 game, make more money, then it's like, what's the incentive? You know, like from a business perspective.
Passion.
That's
well,
also
here's
true.
the thing.
That's not a business.
Well,
That's not a.
No, Connor, that's a good point.
I mean, it's like, what's going to make it more money? Like the dudes in the suits who are signing the checks are going to make the decisions at the end of the day, and usually 9 times out of 10, they're dicks. So
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be, you know.
I guess it's what you
Cognizant of
want to
that.
do, because I think, well, see, here's the thing. Some AAA games, they're big bets because they could just be like, oh, well, we made our money back, or it could be a Grand Theft Auto where you make like $2 billion. Like, very few mobile games get that far, and I mean, very few AAA games get that far. But
Lower floor, higher ceiling.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I got you.
So that's, I mean, it depends, I suppose.
So, Nick, just to ask, by mobile games, did you mean like iOS games, or did you just mean like games on handheld
No,
platforms?
games on handheld platforms.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I
handheld
thought.
and
That's what I
mobile.
thought you
Yeah.
meant. so-
Mobile, I meant like just phone games.
Okay, I got you.
And I think that's actually something too that just for viewers at home that's really important is when we're talking about mobile games, it is not handheld, so not the 3DS, not the PSV, you know, just
I love
just
the handheld.
iOS,
Yeah, me too.
Android, Google Play Store, all that good stuff.
You know why? Because it has tactile buttons.
Tactile buttons.
What?
So you like
Tactile
your
buttons.
so you're enjoying your PS Vita?
Yes, of course.
Do you like it more than the PSP?
I don't know. I think it's like the same because I did the same thing with my Vita that I did with my PSP.
You only press the tactile buttons.
Yes.
All right. A game's like it's swipe to make Nathan Drake climb over the ledge. And you're like, fuck this. Just take out the thing.
I never played that game.
I got a platinum trophy, and it was a horrifying experience.
Really?
Because like the final boss is all like touch stuff, and like for the final boss, if you misdo it once, then you have to start from the beginning. And like the touch screen on the Vita like doesn't work well, or they didn't program it right, because it's like swipe left, okay, and it just didn't work. It was so frustrating.
Yeah, I have problems with Metal Gear Solid 3 and other games where my gun just starts shooting without like me doing anything. I'm just walking around, which confuses me because it has nothing to do with the touchscreen. You don't even... Or like if I have my knife out and I'm walking around, like Snake will just stop and start swinging his knife
Wait,
around.
really?
Yeah, it's...
The only thing I can think of is maybe the back touch, because a lot of times what they do is they
There's a...
there's a
Okay.
back
There's a
touch.
touch screen on the back of
I
the
just
whole system.
I just remembered that. I knew that, but it was latent.
Yeah, so a lot of times what they do is instead of having 2 triggers, they'll use the back touch as the other 2 triggers. So that might be why.
That...
I think there's
Well, actually, by the controls of the game, that wouldn't make sense, but that it probably has something to do with that. I'll check it out.
I think you can turn that off too for certain games, but
for sure.
I think what Jake said kind of sums it all up. That mobile games is a future, but it's not. I don't think it's the future, because a lot of you. What's funny is a lot of people predicted last gen to be the last gen, and now, like Nick was saying, these are the most popular consoles ever.
And that's going to spawn another generation of consoles, I'm sure.
Yeah, the consoles aren't going anywhere. People want these kind of games, and will pay money for it.
And they want something shiny sitting, under their TV. It
Exactly.
gives them some kind of, sense of status.
Oh God, guys!
People love material bullshit, man.
I just got a horrifying idea. What
Right?
if at E3? Oh
Procreate?
my God! Oh my God, Nick!
No.
I will
got that?
strangle you at the end of this podcast.
I think it would make for better
Fuck.
listening if you just strangled them right now. But
No, he's not going to win. So anyway, I was talking about E3. God damn it, you fucking people making all these fucking jacking off noise, like fucking
trying to
hand
do it.
signals.
We're trying to
Remind you of
God
something
damn it, I
else.
can't pay attention.
you couldn't have misconstrued that any worse.
Fuck.
That's a
I'm
dice
so
roll.
flustered. You get out of here.
Dice
I'm done.
rolling. Okay.
Now you know how I feel, Jake.
Let's compose ourselves.
Jake,
Use a nice,
what were you gonna say?
soothing voice.
Come on, Jake. Jake, come back.
I hope the Wii U predecessor or the next Nintendo system isn't announced at E3.
It won't be.
It
They
won't
already
be.
said it's not.
Okay, good.
And
That's all.
I wonder if it is going to be that like our dream of ours, where it's like you can take it on the go, but then you can plant it and like use it as like a Google, TV, whatever the hell it is, and like stream it to your TV, so it's both a handheld and a home console.
Yeah, it was.
They
That'd be
love
kind of
they
interesting.
love having extra wacky hardware.
Yeah, they
you
do.
know, like their next console is probably going to be like some virtual reality mask you put on your face. It has like a cord that goes to like a nunchuck that you like
A cord?
put up your ass and
Wow.
like control with like control with your ass muscles or something.
I can't wait till we get rid of that
whatever.
cord.
Whatever.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
What's a cord? I
I don't
forgot
know
what that was.
is.
Well, that was a fun topic. Let's go to our awesome news segment.
Good wrap up,
Wow,
dude.
that was a fun topic.
It's time to roll the dice, damn it!
Yeah, roll the dice.
Thanks, Siri.
I love this game, guys. It's my favorite game.
Of all time.
If we're gonna go ahead and resume our what we've been playing segment,
Nah,
it would be just this. This is all I've been playing all week.
It's
Roll
your
the
dice
dice.
rolling dice. So Connor here. Oh, and Jake can. I'll let Jake explain it.
Okay, well,
it's his game.
All right. Well, so roll the dice. Pretty much, we will roll the dice, or the die in this case, Connor.
Wow.
And
I'm
So-
wrapped with attention.
so you roll that, and depending on what number you get, it will determine the category, like the genre of game that you're going to be talking about. So things like roguelike, rhythm, horror, action adventure, anything like that. And then we roll a second time to determine the award, like pretty much best in category, best storyline, best voice acting. So you're gonna have to talk about, for example, the best voice acting in a racing game.
So yeah, it gets really
All right.
bizarre.
All right, well,
It makes you
let's-
think outside
let's-
the box a
let's
little.
do
Or
this.
like best game mechanic in a rhythm game. I mean, like
Okay,
there's some
I
good
got
ones.
you. I
So,
got you.
I
Let's-
figure
all right,
go
dude,
around,
let's-
we'll go around the table. You'll go last so that you kind of get what's going on. All right.
Dude, let's go hashtag big dick right now. Let's go.
All right. So
Hashtag big dick.
I forgot. Do we do genre or the award first?
I
almost
think we
forgot.
want to do genre.
I thought we did both.
Simultaneous.
Yeah, I thought we
Well,
do-
so that was last week. This is this week.
Oh, maybe
doing
you're right.
things
Maybe
differently
it's the
this
category.
week.
Maybe it's the award, like best whatever in.
Okay. All right. So for the category, we're gonna go with 9. So it's gonna be the best humor in. Where is it? In a sports game.
Best humor in a sports
Actually,
game.
no. This one's actually pretty easy.
This one's
NBA Street. I'm going to give it to that. That was such a hilarious game. So that was kind of from the whole NBA Hang Time NBA Jam kind of stuff. It's a 3-on-3 thing where you're breakdancing. You have a bunch of like crazy.
Does anyone not know what
characters.
NBA Street is? You guys don't?
I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, because
I
like,
do too.
do you know what it is?
Hell yeah, I
Yeah,
know what NBA Street
Because NBA
is.
Street was fantastic. It was so funny.
Allen Iverson, secret character unlocked. Favorite.
But like, yeah,
Meanest first
there
step.
were a bunch of characters that were completely ridiculous, and they would do all these like breakdancing things, and you would there weren't like really rules. You could really like hurt the other players, and it was just yeah, exactly, yeah.
Just shoot
And I'm
him.
trying to think now
NBA
of, like,
Streets, motherfucker!
I'm trying to think of like some of the funnier like dunks and all that, but there were just some really ridiculous things in there.
so
It's a
N-
solid pick. NBA Street was definitely entertaining.
NBA Street is NFL Blitz for NBA.
For
Yeah,
basketball? Okay.
yeah, pretty well. Even weirder, to be honest. But anyway, all right, Taylor, your
Okay,
turn.
so first
That
one.
was too
this is
short.
This is the well, that's fine. Maybe we'll do 2 rounds. So number 4.
Okay, so that's the best cutscenes in.
Oh boy, it's gonna get real dumb depending on what I get here. Number 7.
Best cutscenes in a stealth game. Actually, not bad.
Best cut. I didn't.
Wow, that's difficult.
Did you wait? Did you?
Let's think hard.
I know.
No, that wasn't the same as last week.
I
Was
think I
it?
did best voice acting in a stealth game. I think.
Wow.
It was very similar.
Yeah, it was
Shit.
similar.
We've
Okay.
rolled stealth 3 times.
Yeah, I kept getting stealth for some reason. I don't play a lot of stealth games.
Well, it's 3 times out of how many times did we do? We did 4 times last time. Now 2. So I guess 3 out of 6. That's pretty good.
So here's the problem. I've never played any Metal Gear Solid games because that would be an easy choice, right? Just pick a Metal Gear Solid, but I've never played any. I might just give it to one anyway, just because. Like,
Which one have you seen?
the only one I've seen is 4 because I watched you play a lot of that. So maybe 4, or I was thinking of Alien Isolation too, because there are some like really
yeah,
brutal
yeah.
cut scenes, like when Alien just like mauls.
Wait,
people
that was
and
also
stuff.
your choice for
Yeah.
best voice acting.
Yeah.
in a stealth game.
Again, I don't play many stealth games, so
That's
that
cool,
was
it's
kind
cool.
of the only one I could pick.
Like any Splinter Cell or Sly Cooper or anything like that.
Nope, never played any of those. Yeah, I just don't play stealth games. That kind of genre just doesn't do it.
Would
for me.
Assassin's Creed count? Because I feel like they wanted it to so badly.
Kind of, yeah.
Have you played as a rogue on World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
Stealth
Is
game
that
within a regular
is that
game?
a stealth game
I know, I'm
though?
just being a shithead.
Okay, I was gonna say like I
Okay,
don't-
if we're counting Assassin's Creed, then maybe I'll give it to Black Flag. There were some really cool cutscenes with like all the pirates like being,
Pirates.
yeah,
being pirates.
swashbuckling and
I
skullduggery.
Well, all the trailers I saw from that game, the rendered cinematics part, bits
Dude,
that,
those
that
were
you saw,
crazy.
they looked pretty
Yeah.
nice. So that's not bad.
Yeah, the reveal trailer, the CG reveal trailer is insane. So
Yeah.
Really awesome. My turn.
All right.
Don't suck.
7.
Best stealth in a stealth. What? No, best game mechanic.
15.
Best game mechanic in a party game.
Oh,
Actually, that's not bad. Best game mechanic can be done.
in a party game.
Yeah.
Let me see. There's so many party games. I just don't
Well, like
know.
what? What are you thinking of? What are some party games
I'm
coming to your
thinking
mind?
of DDR. I'm thinking of Rock Band.
Yeah,
Thinking
DDR.
of Wii Party.
Maybe we can expand this to be like actual party games and not just party video games. Like my favorite thing
Twister.
about- yeah.
I think the spinning arrow in Twister was
That's
really
a great
innovative.
mechanic.
My favorite game mechanic in a party game is in the party game called Drink the Beer. It's the,
What do you
it's
win?
the part where you drink the beer. What do I win? Another beer. Oh man, I'm going for the high score.
Take my thunder.
All right, no, go. What is it? What is it?
Man, I think
Mario Party? There's
No,
Donkey
no, no,
Kong
okay.
Kingdom.
the
Towerfall?
one of the
Ah,
I think the funniest mechanic in Wii Party is one of the roll the dice. So when you like charge up and then you shoot all the dice.
oh, that
up.
was we Party
Yeah, it
You.
was Wii
right?
Party,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That was
I
hilarious.
don't know, it's because you do you like spin it on the pad or you shake the pad or something like that.
Yeah, I think you stroke it a lot, don't you? Yeah,
I
you
stroke it a
so
lot and then
much.
it just explodes.
And then it gets excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I do remember that where we were cracking up when the guy was because your little character he's like holding the dice
dice?
in the game, and so the more that they start spinning in his hands, the more like he starts to kind of his knees bend and his he
Oh,
he
boy.
flexes his
He's like,
muscles and he looks up at the heavens. He opens his mouth and he's like ah!
Right before he shoots the dice, he goes freeze.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You fool! and rolls the dice. It just-
That's
No,
fun.
no,
That's
but
a
that-
funny mechanic.
yeah, I thought that was good.
All
All right, cool. Well, Connor, you want to give it a go?
Well, I'm not, but here goes.
If you all right,
15. Because I
Okay.
feel like we already got that.
15 is worst visuals.
Worst visuals. Jake naked. 11.
In roguelike.
Wait, what's roguelike?
I don't think
Crap.
What
you got
the
stuck
fuck?
with the worst one, man.
Did I re-roll?
I got pretty screwed last time too. What do you guys think? Reroll or
Yeah,
not?
I don't know if
I don't
Connor's
know.
played
What the
any
hell
shit.
is a roguelike?
Like Rogue Legacy, like games where you like get so far and you start over and you keep
Oh,
playing and
well,
you start over.
Worst visuals? Well, Diablo 2 hardcore mode.
I guess hardcore could be seen as a roguelike.
Sure.
Except roguelikes usually have something that carries over, right? Like from your death, like you unlock things so that next time you play, there'll be
they need to make a roguelike Diablo
that'd
game.
be pretty
That'd
badass.
be
But anyway, all right, continue on, Connor.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna since I'm not an expert on that, but I'm definitely an expert on Diablo 2 hardcore. Just to the listeners, if any of you want to tangle with me online, just see me anytime. I still have ladder characters. I still have non-ladder characters. Find me. But
Good God,
single player too. But
it's become a violent podcast.
I know. So worst visuals.
Worst visuals, yeah.
Well, I guess.
And it can be a specific thing. You don't need to give it to the entire game. Like, Nick isn't saying Wii Party U is the best party game.
Right. I'm gonna morph it. Instead of worst visuals, I'm just gonna say worst thing. Is
Sure. Well, all right, so
Is,
instead of worst visuals in a roguelike, we're just going to say worst thing in Diablo.
yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
What is it?
Well, basically, I'm just. It's not very climactic. It's just lag. I lost one of my characters to lag playing with my friend in Arizona a week and a half ago. It was like basically, as any lag death, the most bullshit occurrence ever. And we were crushed, and we both stepped away from the game and have not returned to it since. So, bummer. I was going to say, there's nothing worse in a roguelike game, to use the parlance of this podcast, than to just die because of powers completely beyond your control and lose your progress and just basically be totally fucked.
What was that word you used? Parlance?
Yeah.
That's a good word. I use that.
It's kind of like vernacular.
Is that like the word or the vernacular? Okay, vernacular.
They're
the verbiage of what we're saying. Okay.
They're synonyms.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Find it in the thesaurus.
Okay.
I love saying thesaurus.
Should we
Let me get my thesaurus. All right, that's
Nick, how much time we have?
Enough. 3 is enough.
We have plenty of time.
All right, let's do another round.
Another round? All right, one more round. And good luck, Connor. Hopefully this time.
Can't wait to talk about my favorite ending in a rhythm game.
All right, so I've got best game mechanic again in a MMO.
Ooh, okay.
Best game mechanic in MMO. The first thing that comes to my mind is the pet battling system in WoW.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think. Some other MMOs, I guess.
That's a solid first pick, though.
See,
I mean, of course I would say that.
Eve, it's kind of tough to, sometimes it's tough to differentiate just straight gameplay from like a game mechanic. Because I would say like Eve has such a beautiful, and it's slow paced, but it's just this. It's kind of more realistic in that matter. It's a lot more in like investment in that, and so
I'd say they're synonymous. You could go with just gameplay.
Yeah, the other one, what is that? PlanetSide 2. That's an MMO.
Yeah.
Sure. So that might be one as well because I always love being a pilot, especially something like a dropship pilot, more of a utility kind of thing, rather than actually doing the bombing runs. I'm much happier just dropping like paratroopers out of the bay. Like that's something that would be awesome.
MMOs need people like that. People who are willing to be healers.
Yeah, and I like that kind of thing. So doing things like that where it's just the mechanic of being able to base your entire experience around not actually fighting, but just kind of being a spawning point,
but
for
being
allies.
Totally necessary.
Yeah. So that kind of thing. I think I would probably go with that then.
Okay.
Sweet. Yeah. So that's mine. There you go,
Good deal.
Taylor.
Please, for the love of God, don't give me stealth again.
It's happening, dude.
Okay.
I don't even care.
11.
I'm just gonna say stealth. I don't even care. All right. Worst in category.
Worst.
So you're going to tell us what the worst
20.
Worst MOBA is. So that's
The worst
again.
MOBA.
A MOBA is a multiplayer online battle arena. Some notable ones
Why
are
do I keep getting all these shit categories?
Dota, League of Legends.
What have you played as a MOBA?
What else?
I've played League. I've played Dota, and I've played Heroes of New Earth. Remember Heroes of New Earth?
I do remember that.
Yeah, I forgot that was.
I played that too. Holy shit! I just remember that.
That was an old school one.
Well, for a while, Heroes of New Earth and League of Legends, those were like the two that were like they kind of started at the same time. They both had a big following, and then Heroes just
dominated.
died.
It died because of Dota 2.
Oh, that's
Dota
right.
2
Yeah.
I don't like MOBAs at all. So
Well, what's the worst one?
Hey, maybe I can introduce a mechanic mid. Maybe you can get one mulligan on one of your categories.
Well, what do you
sure,
think?
yeah.
All right, so which one do you want to redo then?
Because I want to hear your answer for a bunch of other categories.
Yeah, so you only redo one role though.
Yeah,
so you want to redo
I'll do the category. I'm fine with the worst of. I
Okay,
just
so
don't know
worst
any
of
MOBAs.
what's the genre? What's the new genre?
5.
Horror.
Ooh, okay.
Worst horror
See,
game.
There you go. This is something I'm a little bit more versed in. Okay, so let's talk about some good ones before we kind of whittle it down to the worst one. Like I think Resident Evils are all pretty good. Like I can't think of any Resident Evil that's like terrible. The only one I could think of that wasn't
Outbreak.
great is that the one where you have multiplayer online. That's the one I was gonna say.
Outbreak sucked.
It was okay.
And Survivor 2, the first person one on PS1.
yeah.
But that's just kind of like a weird spin-off. Why am
Sure.
I talking? It's your answer.
Yeah. Silent Hill. I played a couple Silent Hill games. Some of them are kind of dated and they're still fun, but I wouldn't call them worst. Amnesia. I played Amnesia. It wasn't that scary. Like once I got myself killed, I kind of was like, oh, this is just not scary anymore because I've seen the monster or whatever.
Right.
What else? I've played. What else have I played? I've played a couple Silent Hill games. They're some of them are kind of dated and they're still fun, but I wouldn't call them worst. Alien was great. Loved Alien, so that is definitely not going to count at all.
You're a big survival horror fan, so it might be hard for you to kind of hate on a game that you might have probably enjoyed. But
So-
you got to pick. You got to pick.
Of the ones that I've played, I honestly want to say Amnesia, just because there's this mechanic where if you get too close to the monsters, you like die and you start like the screen starts shaking and stuff, and it's just not fun. It's not a very fun game. Yeah, most survival horror games I've played are fun. Like even Resident Evil 6, like a game that a lot of people didn't like, I really enjoyed. Most of the spin-offs I've enjoyed. So I guess if I had to pick one, I'd say Amnesia, just because I don't know, it just wasn't fun or scary.
Really? See,
It's not a bad game at all. But it's just not my favorite.
I
agree with you.
I couldn't get through anything in Amnesia. Like I would play about half an hour to an hour before I had to put the controller down. I couldn't do it.
I mean, it's
So
definitely,
you're in agreement.
I'm in
Taylor.
agreement that it's terrifying, but I don't. No, I'm not saying that it was because it was a bad game.
Oh,
like
I thought you were
it was,
saying you just hated it.
It was terrifying. I actually thought it was fantastic. So anyway, Nick,
I
your
guess I'll get
turn.
to that, yeah.
solid.
All right, so get the category. Go for it.
7.
Again,
Best game mechanic. Man, this is
you can mulligan if you want.
That's a good topic, though.
But let's see what the number is.
15.
that's party games.
That was literally
No,
the
that's
same one.
14. Sorry, 14.
Uh,
I'm
Such
not
a
lying.
liar. All right,
No,
fine. Best game mechanic in a turn-based strategy.
Wow.
Ooh, here we go. So which
You just
mechanic from
opened
Tactics is
Pandora.
our favorite?
You just opened Pandora's box, dude.
So, okay, just start naming some games first. Like what
Final
games?
Fantasy Tactics, of course.
Mhm.
Tactics Ogre, the remake on the PSP. Disgaea.
Ooh, this guy.
Uh,
Did you play Fire
Front
Emblem?
Mission 3. I didn't like Fire Emblem.
Really? Okay.
The one on
The one on what?
the Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
That's like everyone's favorite too. It's funny.
But you got to pick a mechanic, son.
I know. I like a lot of them.
I'll start throwing out ideas like what about the the rewind mechanic in Tactics Ogre where you could like go back turns?
The Chariot Terror,
Yeah.
dude.
That was cool,
that
but
was sick. Dude,
'Cause,
I wish
like-
that was mine. That's what I would have said.
Because like, how many times did you screw yourself in a game where like you like got yourself killed or like set up the wrong situation? Like fuck it, I'll just go back like 10 turns or whatever.
That was pretty awesome. I liked using that, but it kind of felt like cheating. I remember screwing myself up a lot in Final Fantasy Tactics. I just like Final Fantasy Tactics' magic using. I like the turns. You know, you have to pick. You have to time it.
yeah,
You have to
yeah.
time it, and that
okay.
like disappeared in Tactics Advance too, or Advance.
Oh yeah, because everything's instant.
Yeah,
But I mean, yeah, that's a good point.
It's more
actually.
strategy to
And
really
I
plan
like
it
the
out.
strategy aspect of that one, especially when summoning like huge summons. It's like, oh, it is going to take 32 turns.
Yeah,
Like,
but to make up for it, they did the whole MP thing where you start at 0 and build it up every time.
that is true. Yeah.
So that kind of makes you wait in a
Interesting.
different
Kinda
way.
turns it on its head a little. Huh.
Because it's like they didn't totally disregard that; they just kind of implemented it in a different way.
It's like you have to use others. You know, it's like
Yeah,
I
exactly.
need to use it now.
Mhm.
But yeah, I liked that whole timing aspect. In
Okay.
that's why I
Okay,
didn't
okay.
like Disgaea as much, because Disgaea was like move all your characters now and then make them move all their characters. I
didn't like that either.
I like the mix up.
Mhm.
Mix up made it awesome. Like makes it awesome.
Okay.
All right, cool. So Connor, your turn. Go ahead. Roll the dice.
All right, here we go, Lady Luck. 14.
Lady Luck. Be
That's
kind.
worst cutscenes.
Okay.
That's gonna be weird, but sure. Worst cutscenes, most embarrassing
20.
cutscenes. Oh, guys, come on! In a MOBA,
Re-roll that shit. Re-roll that
Re-roll
shit.
that. That's you, unless you actually. I mean, I should wait. Are you wanting to re-roll, or do you actually want to talk about the worst,
Anything I
the most
could-
deplorable cutscenes you've seen in a MOBA?
Anything I could say about this, I could dredge up something. It would just be of no interest to anyone. So.
Just talk about Mega Man again. Just
yeah. So I mean,
All right.
Xenogears is cool. I mean, yeah.
so forget that. So worst cutscenes in fighting game.
where's cutscenes?
There's got to be. There's stuff there. There's some
Connor
good.
was a pretty proficient Mortal Kombat player back in the day. Played a lot of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I might have to say the only problem with this is man,
I'd say
I
cutscenes
can't-
would involve in-game cutscenes too. So
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
fatalities, yeah.
I would have to say, but the problem with this is I can't dredge up a specific example of a cutscene from the game. I just remember that they were just in general horrid. Was Mortal Kombat Armageddon on the PS2? I think it was one of the last ones on PS2, and it was the one that like abolished regular style fatalities in favor of having like these create your own fatalities that were really stupid.
It was hilarious.
It was, I don't know, it was just a failed system. Everything else, that game was actually really fun, but God, like the quest mode, the conquest mode, which is the story was just a piece of dog shit. And like the cutscenes were no better, but thankfully like the obviously the fighting system and like the multiple combat styles, and each character has a weapon that's a whole different combat style, just all awesome. But the cutscenes in that game were definitely just a big pile of dog shit.
Okay, good, fair enough. Good answer.
I
Good
do
answer.
agree with you.
Well, cool.
I
All right.
No, I just remember.
Oh,
go back to him. I just
sorry.
remember when you brought it over one time, and you're like, "Oh man, look at these cool creative fatalities." You're all into it. It's like,
And then I tried to do it, and I'm like, oh, never mind. It actually sucks.
yeah. It's like, yay, we ripped out your heart again. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing for every character.
Yep.
That sucks.
I ended up just learning the combination of how to rip someone in half and just doing that every time. So that was kind of satisfying, at least. But I mean, very,
Just
very
done.
Well, it's like
Done.
it wasn't even like an epic like rip you in half. The best part is he just reaches over, grabs you at the waist, and just tears your top half off.
Wait,
like,
so your feet
like
are...
your legs just stand there, like as if that's like
They
a
didn't
thing.
even notice. It's
As
like
if he wouldn't like just lift you up off the
I
ground.
know, right?
But no, it's
He's that strong.
I can imagine that with real physics. He just lifts you up, and you're like, "Oh, well, this isn't very terrifying."
you just have to do it really quickly, I guess, right?
I get that fast.
I don't know. It was bonkers. But yeah, a lot of the visuals in that game just kind of sucked in general, but fun game regardless.
Cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Do we have anything else?
Well, nothing. There are other news, but we just don't have the time to do it.
Yeah. Instead, we decided to do 2 rounds of roll the dice because
Yes.
it's fun.
That's way more fun.
So we'll probably talk about
We'll talk
things
about
like
we'll talk about
Syndicate
next week.
when there's more news.
And that would be it for this week's episode of The Last Honest Gamers. Make sure to follow us on Facebook at The Honest Gamers, Twitter at The Honest Gamers, and YouTube at The Last Honest Gamer.
I
Nice.
know.
Finally wrote it down and stopped sucking.
You can listen to all our latest episodes on iTunes, Stitcher, and at nightofthelivingeeks.com.
We're on iTunes?
We
Yeah,
are on
man.
iTunes, yes. And we're also on YouTube as well now. So make sure if you listen to podcasts on YouTube, you can listen to that now. So have a good day, guys, or good
Right.
night.
Keep it big dick, guys.
I don't even know how to follow that. I mean, do I say no? Don't do that. Like,
No, you just go.
Do the thing-
You
do
just
the-
go. Thank you.
thank you. All right. Anyway, yeah. Good night, guys.
Night of the Living Geek.